Well, it's always a good day when I get to hang out with my pal, Vic Tesolin, in his workshop. Because here's the thing, it's getting warmer out.
Yes.
It's still too cold to be putting things into the ground for your gardens.
Yeah, you don't want to risk it.
What about creating something of your own, like Vic has done for us here? And this is what we're going to try to accomplish this morning, kind of like the pro versus bro.
Yeah, for sure. This is just a really simple project. So you'll want to get your plants started, right? We have in the kitchen, we have all kinds of plants that Andrea's gotten started. In this case here, this is just a small little box that we can put some terracotta pots in.
Right.
This can be outside, it can live inside, it can be whatever size basically you need. These are, I believe, 6-inch pots.
Best to get the pots first.
Yes.
Right, to get those first and then to figure out what you want to work with.
Yeah, because what I did is we got the pots and then I basically figured out how much space I needed, right? And then just came up with a very simple plan.
Look at your little drawing
Look
there.
at the little drawing.
Wow, you're so talented,
right,
Vic.
Right, and those numbers sometimes those are weird for people because that's metric. Those are millimeters.
You use metric?
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
We'll get into this throughout the morning because we were talking off camera. It's very interesting, your logic around that.
Right.
But I want to talk supplies. So what do people need and where are you getting this stuff from?
So a lot of times you can, especially for this type of a build, which can have a little bit more of a rustic look, you can do stuff as simple as finding some old board. We have a tree house that the previous owner built and you've spent a few nights in that tree house.
I do stay there at times.
And so these are just nice weathered boards that you can cut up and repurpose.
Has a nice look to it.
Yeah, it looks nice. It has a very specific look. In this case here, I had a salvaged piece of 2x10 from an old project.
So it's going to get tossed?
It was just, just going to get tossed. So what I did is because I have some machinery here, I milled it up into smaller pieces. Right. So now basically we've cut them in half, we've sized them to the correct sizes.
So that's more advanced.
That's a little bit more advanced.
You can go to your local hardware store, whatever you want, and just get some.
These would be either like 1x8s basically is what you would get, either select construction lumber or whatever. And this is spruce.
As far as tools, what's for a beginner, amateur, some simple tools for something like this?
For sure.
You need?
So this project is really, really simple. So most people who have a little bit of do-it-yourself experience will have some sort of a chop saw, right? But if not, you can always use something like a handsaw, okay? As well, cordless drill is handy because we have to drill some holes. And then a hammer and nails. Basically.
Oh, nails.
Nails.
Screws. Okay, so let's stop there because I want to get into. We got a lot of stuff to get to.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Those nails are pretty neat rather than you doing screws because a lot of people are doing that.
That's right.
But you will say by the end of this morning, I will be able to create something like this.
Even you. Yes. Even Tim.
Why do we come back?
I don't know why you think that.
Vic does teach classes too. We got some info on the bottom of the screen if you want to follow him along and where he can make fun of you too. We'll come back. Get you ready for gardening season with Vic Tesolin Woodworks on Morning Live. So listen, woodworking, it can be intimidating. You have a pencil?
I have a pencil,
you need it?
No, you got, no.
Oh, I got a pencil?
Well, I got one too.
That's the first tip in woodworking. Make sure you have a sharp pencil.
And a sharp tip in woodworking.
There you go. Vic Tesolin. Woodworking master. Why is woodworking, if I can say it, intimidating?
Well, I think it's just something that in this kind of last generation, like not everybody's dad or mom was a woodworker or worked with their hands. And so we kind of have this sort of removal of a generation where like I learned how to do stuff from my dad, he learned to do stuff from his dad, that sort of thing. So I think though, like people are just afraid to try and screw something up. And it's like, well, the only way you can learn is to screw stuff up. So
okay, so we're making a garden box here. So you measured it out. This is unfamiliar to me because this is metric.
This is metric, yeah. So a lot of woodworkers and builders in North America don't use metric. I use metric because quite frankly, I find the math a lot easier. Okay. Because math can lead to mistakes.
So we're measuring out 423
millimeters.
Okay, so you got the tape out here. But how can we simplify even more, Vic?
So
how can we simplify it?
If we don't want to deal with the metric with any numbers, what we can do is we can work on using a story stick, okay? And a story stick is basically just a scrap piece of wood.
Have you patented that?
No, story sticks have been around for a long time. Yeah, a long time. Even before you were born. Yeah, so... So the idea here is that I figured out with those pots how long the inside of the box needed to be.
Right.
And so then I just drew that on the stick and marked it
So
with an
that's
L.
with an L. So that means length.
So that's the length that I need to do.
And the E is.
And the E is the end piece.
Okay, so we're doing the length here.
Yeah, so we're doing the length. So right now, we've got the end of the board here. We've got a little bit of a divot here caused by the machining.
Okay.
And then we've got a knot there that we don't want to use. So we're just going to take the square. Well, you're going to take the square because I can't do everything for you.
Okay, square is another good thing.
Another square, yep. So you're just going to bring that up against, and then you're just going to draw a line up against that ruler, yep. Lovely. Okay, and then now, there you go. You got the stick.
The story stick.
So now what you're going to do, oh, that's perfect. That's right. It's going to get rid of that knot for us. That's great. You make a mark there, yeah, and then square.
Square that down there.
Yep, and just make sure that's held up against the edge there. All right,
Okay.
there you go.
Taking this right over to the saw.
So now you're going to take it right over to the saw.
Safety goggles.
Safety goggles.
Okay, and again, as we said in the first one, if you don't have something like this, you can do it with a handsaw too.
That's right. So let's start on the other end first.
Oh, cutting that off.
Go this way.
Okay.
Okay, and so what you're going to do is you're going to lower the blade with the saw off, and you're going to make it so that you're cutting on the right-hand side of that line.
On the other side.
Yep, on the right-hand side, yep.
Okay. I'm going to take it and right down?
Yep, you
turn
got
it
it.
on, turn it on, right down. Okay,
Yep.
let's take a break. So we got some work to do in the break. We'll come back, we'll have all these cut and continue our little garden box with Vic Tesolin. He does do classes as well. VicTesolin.com for
VicTesolin.com, yep.
all the info on that. Okay, so one more cut here. All right, so we've been working off camera here. We've got all our cuts done. Back here with Vic Tesolin.
Yeah, we got everything ready to go.
This garden box.
Yep.
Our cuts are done.
They are, in fact.
Okay, next step is what?
Well, we want to orient our pieces so that we know which way we're going to assemble them. This is our base, so that we don't have to worry too much about. But in this case here, what we use is called a cabinet maker's triangle. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up these boards, and I'm just going to make a triangle on there, okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing with the side pieces, except I'm going to orient them so that they're bisect in the center.
So this is different than putting like left, right, front,
Right.
top.
I could put like top, whatever, you know, and start writing a whole bunch of numbers, but really, if all these parts are sitting here on my bench all confused, right, all I have to do is make those symbols make a triangle. So there's the top, there's the bottom, there's the left triangle, there's the right triangle, and again, I can't confuse it. I can't accidentally do that because, of course, that doesn't make a triangle.
Gotcha.
Right?
Awesome.
So it's really simple.
Great little tips.
Okay.
So then we want to drill the holes.
We want to drill the hole. So what we're going to do, this is just a simple little clamp called a wood screw. So this is attached to my workbench, but you could attach this to anything. Picnic table, dining room table, if you have an understanding spouse. You know, so there's all kinds of...
You do, of course.
Oh, yeah. I can woodwork anywhere.
Hey, Andrew.
And so then what we're going to do is this holds everything in place, right? Then what we're going to do is we're going to put this board on, and I'm going to just grab a clamp here because we want to line this up well.
Having a few clamps is always a good thing, right?
It's always a good thing, yeah. So we're just going to...
And you've already pre-marked the holes here.
I have, yeah, because I
for
wanted to
time
give
purposes?
you, well, and maximum supervision for you.
I expect that from you.
Yes, okay. So now what you're going to do is we've got these spots where we're going to drill our holes, and the reason we're drilling the holes in the first place is that we're using these really cool nails. Oop, that's not one.
Ooh, what was that?
We're using these cool nails called clout nails. So
Rather than a screw.
so these are old-timey nails that are basically cut, and these will, because they flare out, it allows you to kind of grip better.
What's the tape?
That's where you stop.
Right here.
Okay, that's right, yeah. So basically as you drill, as soon as the tape starts to sweep away the shavings, you know you're at depth. There you go. you're adept.
So many hacks.
So many hacks. It's all about the hacks, man.
Okay, let's take another break. We'll come back. Listen, if you like some of Vic's hacks, these are the type of things that you're doing in your teachings, and you're doing them virtual.
Yeah,
right?
Virtual teaching. We're doing either webinars where it's like the topic is set, or I do individual private teaching as well. All of it online.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll come back. We'll do some work off camera, and we'll create our garden box with Vic Tesolin. I'm Morning Left.
Nice.
Okay. Putting our finishing touches on our garden box. Should we?
Yeah, you can flip it over there.
Around?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So it's all together. We'll take these pencil marks off a little later.
Okay. That's why you're always working in pencil.
And you can leave this bare wood if you want. You don't have to put any finish or any color or anything on it, because depending on where it's going to be used, if it's outside, it'll get a nice gray patina to it.
You could stain it too if you want.
You can do whatever you want.
If you've been missing all morning, Vic Tesolin, everybody, who's been we've been building garden boxes. It's kind of like pro versus bro or Joe. So this is mine. So the last piece is we're putting actually feet on here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So
why do we put feet on it?
We put feet on because sometimes when boards, especially once they start to get wet or whatever, they're going to move, they're going to change, and then what can happen is that you can end up having this being unlevel, right, unstable. So if we put a couple of feet here, right, then what you get is 2 points that it's going to rest on, and it's going to be a lot more stable.
What are these nails?
These are small. They're called brad nails, headless brad nails.
Okay.
So they're a little finer than the other ones.
Can I go?
Yep, go for it. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, that's perfect.
Eyeballing this a little bit.
Yep. Oh no. See, this is why we can't have nice things.
Bro.
That's all right. You know what you're doing. You've done this before, clearly.
Does that come right out, you think?
Oh yeah, for sure it will. Yeah. Take it right out. You got to go the other way though. Yeah. No, hang on a sec. Here, let me get that up.
Help me, teacher.
Oh dear, you've really done it this time. Hang on. Hang on.
I'll do this one.
You do the other one.
Okay. But again, this is all in the intimidation factor of woodworking. There's going to be screw-ups.
Oh, there's always
Right?
screw-ups. Yep.
And it's like learning about getting over those screw-ups.
Oh my goodness, that's really in there. Hold on a sec.
We might not be able to...
Let's,
Help me, doctor.
there we go.
Yes!
We got it worked out. All right.
Okay, here we go. Finish piece. Right, boom. Look at that. Boom. Look at that. Boom.
Wait, what's going on?
It doesn't fit in there.
It doesn't fit. Tim, what happened? What did you do?
I didn't measure properly, obviously.
Oh, dear.
Is this like the
You know what?
measure twice, cut once?
Cut once, I think so. You know what,
twice,
though?
Cut one? But here's the thing too is, okay.
That's for these particular pots.
Right.
There's nothing stopping us from pulling this out, putting down some plastic in here.
Right.
Fill it with dirt, some holes in the bottom, and then just planting them.
Okay.
So it's totally salvageable.
This is great.
That's good. All right. Actually, just use the hammer if you want. We'll get it in there.
When in doubt, use the hammer. That's the key. If you learned anything today,
That's
when in
right.
doubt, use
Get a
the
bigger hammer.
VicTesolin.com, because he teaches classes and will help you out with your woodworking skills. Good seeing you, old buddy.
Good to see you too, Tim.